Hi, Hadar and Gil. So, what brought you to this work with Radical Aliveness?
You want to start?
I can start. Like I was thinking about it now, each time I get a different answer for myself. But I think like I have this deep feeling of not belonging and not fitting in. And like when I saw this work, I saw it on the group documentary, I felt that like everything is allowed, and I really believed it. And I thought, wow, I could really be myself there. There could be a place for me. Here is somewhere I could belong. So that's what I'm realizing now, that's what got me to this work.
3 years later, that's what you're realizing.
Yeah, I didn't realize it at the time because I didn't think I was, I believed it to be true of me not fitting in, not being a story. So, but I was looking for a place to belong to, and it seemed like a place I can trust, that I can belong, that really I can bring anything and be accepted and not rejected. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, this documentary is
It was viral in Israel.
It was
The Radical
the
Aliveness documentary
the
group.
group doco series. I remember watching it, and when you were speaking, I thought like it was the first time I saw something real, like I saw something. Okay, there is something real here in this world. So it was, I just cried non-stop. I saw the whole series like non-stop, and I cried. And I remember like looking at my whole life back and just not understanding what was happening there, because I felt something so real happening. And after I watched it like twice, I sent an email to Anne's. Like there was an email, I found her email, I sent an email, and she didn't get it.
For me, after watching the documentary, I looked for it, and then I saw Yachad Mever Lamilim, and I said, okay, it's with Arabs, so it's not with Anne. I saw, where do we do this work in Israel? And then I saw like it's like mixed group of just women, Nitzan's groups. I said, no, I don't want to do it.
It's not for you. But actually, like I think it was 2 years after I watched the documentary, my sister sent me a workshop, and and it was very strong. Like immediately when I entered this space and I met Anne, like something, like I showed up in a way that it was like, who is this guy? Like where this
In you.
Yeah, like where this clarity, power, charisma, depth is coming from, because it's like, it's not like, I don't know where it's coming from. And yeah.
You hadn't really felt that before.
Never. Like it was brand new for me. Like I didn't know who is this. Like it was like an entity, in me. Like, okay, wow. And it was funny, after the workshop, Anne sent me some questions, and I was like, oh, she probably sent this to everyone in the, like, this is what they do, like they collect.
She was hitting on you.
But she was, and I was like, okay, but actually her question really touched something deep, and like I wrote something very, very spectacular in my eyes, like from what I've experienced. It was a short workshop. And then I told her like, next time you're in Israel, I hope I will see you again. And then she told me, Gil, next week we have 1 week in the south, and you should come. It will be fun. And I was like, and I had a business, I had plans for the week, but I was like, okay, I have to go there. Yeah, it was -1 module, what we call.
And I want to say before you telling me that I saw the group documentary, and I said I had to do this work, and then afterwards I found the guy that studied core energetics but opened like a group, like he was not. And I did like 3 rounds of this group
In Israel.
in
Yeah.
Israel, like just meeting,
Yeah.
and then afterwards I told myself that I just sometimes I know something when I see it, and I just told myself that I will someday go like and study abroad with Anne. Like this was my dream, that I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
And then you forgot about it?
No,
or
I
like,
didn't forget about it, but I just didn't hear about her.
and then
Like
I
I
told
would
you,
have
like-
missed. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were together in some workshop, and then he told me that there is a training. I said, "Why?" That he's
told him
coming
you
back.
should go.
That you come back from this week, and I said, "Wow, how didn't I hear about it?" And then I said, "Actually, there is a training," and I was like, and and at that time I was never like that. When we came back, the first thing I did is pick up the phone and call them and tell them I want to join and I want to help like with the production, because I thought like that's the way I'm gonna get in for sure. So I said I'll help anything. I want to get in, like, and I'm never like that. Like I used to never be like that. Do you on the spot do what I want or like this?
Well, so let's talk about this module where you've had the foreigners here from North America. What's it been like for you, and what's happened for you in these last few days?
But I think it's before that.
Please.
We need to speak about, because both of us came from like this perspective of our own healing and learning to hold space and create healing environments and workshops. And the fact that this program was with Palestinians, it wasn't in our core, like I'm speaking on your
Yes,
behalf,
yes,
but I
yes,
think we share
yes.
the same perspective, that it wasn't like, I always felt like Anne seduced me to work with this, because like I'm fine with the Palestinians, it's not an issue, but I'm not called to work with them. And I think it's interesting what happened to us during this program, because...
And actually,
yeah.
this model reflected it to me, because somehow having a foreign view on us, then it reminds me of the start, like some things that people said, like from the visitors. I felt, wow, I felt it at the start. So it's like kind of...
Yeah.
That feels like a really important point.
Yeah.
I guess this moves into how you've been impacted. Maybe we'll start there. Tell us about your work with the Palestinians and how this has changed you.
Yeah, I think in the beginning it was easy. I felt easy, like I'm loving humanity, I'm loving everyone, and like I thought like I have no prejudice. I'm very liberal. I came from this kind of perspective, and during this time, when we got deeper into the work and war started during our 3 years training, it was humbling. It was humbling seeing these brave souls that we are, seeing humanity and really getting in touch with my deepest pain and understanding. It's not that easy. It's not that easy being human and being so I'm still there. Yeah.
For me, yeah, it was like you were speaking on my behalf, and I came from the same place. It was just I just wanted to learn Anne's work, but I remember already from the first module that I came. Okay, so I'm fine with like Palestinians. I'm fine with all these issues. Okay, I'm gonna tolerate it just to learn like. And I remember that already. In the first module, I was surprised because first of all, I saw like how my body is racist. It doesn't matter that my mind is not racist. My body is racist. Like I hear in Arabic, I see hijab, I see, then I mistrust, and in 1 week of the first module, it changed. Like I remember profoundly that we did this work together with mixed groups, and we had to to show something together. And I remember I talked in Hebrew, and a partner of mine was translating me in Arabic, and it was very special experience for me that she's speaking Arabic on my behalf. She's saying my things, and suddenly I felt this, like, I don't know, it changed the way, like now I love listening to Arabic. I have no trigger over it, and like I have no trigger over, and it changed in a week. In a week, they became peers. I mean, it deepened and deepened, but I think after that week, I said, "Wow, this is how you learn to be human." Like, I mean, it's profound for me. I'm not so much of a national woman, but for me to learn
As an Israeli.
That's what I'm saying. My Israeli identity is not that like big in me, but for me to learn how to be human and how to a lot transcend our, like, you know, fears and mistrust with what we don't know, and to get wider.
Yeah.
Just take a moment to feel into if there's anything you want people to know about what's happened here.
Yeah.
Like, the world has such strong perspectives about what's happening here, and this feels like some kind of, to me, witnessing and being a part of you for a few days and having experience on the land here for many years. It feels like a miracle.
Yeah.
What do you want people to know?
I think it is a miracle. Like it sounds so cliche, but love is a miracle, like in this place. And it's like, don't get me wrong here. It's I fought, like I was arguing and fighting verbally and emotionally with my Palestinian peers.
Even today, and I was fighting them, and I felt like I needed, like it's like family. We're fighting like in a sense that I didn't have with my own family, because we didn't fight, but it was cold. So yeah.
For me, it's amazing, because what happened, like doing this training during the war, so we had to be creative and we had to be splitted. Like there was a module after October that we splitted, and then and then the first module that we were together was here, and it was amazing. It was the first, like it was already a few modules ahead, and it was the first time it felt like love. Like we are all together, like we are one big community family living in these domes, and we just say hi, and then at the end of the day we sit all together. It was really like falling in love, and it, you know, it's amazing, because it really gets deeper and deeper. Like I really see even this module, like that there are layers of mistrust, and I see how they like melt. Like I can get that our limitations make us, we cannot always give space to one another, even if we want to. Like I can really see more like Mawa, Sahil. I really like love them, and I see, I don't know, I see things I didn't see before when we argue.
Can you say that again? I can see things that I couldn't see before when we argue.
Like I can see, I think, like even in this model, I would judge them. I would say, you do this work and you're not involved to stay in the room. You do this work and you're projecting. And I now know it's not the same. It's not symmetrical for them to stay as for me to stay. Like it's a different culture and it's a whole different scale. Like for them to come here, really. And I'm saying it with appreciation, not like I'm come from. No, not at all. So I don't know. I suddenly realized we are coming from a completely different place, and when they refuse something and when they
Reject.
like push away, I can see now the pain, and like it's a different culture, so things means different, and I didn't see that. I judged it, and it's the first time I see it, and it's because of you coming, that we had like visitors, and then we could look at ourselves from the outside, and we were reflected by the outside. So suddenly I saw. So and I think I really believe now. Before that I was thinking, okay, to some degree they can be with us, but then it's just they won't allow. They're just too proud or whatever. I was judging. I more and more understand. Really, I'm still processing it, but these are this is a peace process. This is how it should look. It's not about agreeing on terms. It's about seeing each other's pain. This is the peace process. Future world, this is how you make peace.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's also like I think that something in my identity as a Jewish Israeli male also was very impacted from this process, and working with the polarities, working with the contradictions, working with, like in the beginning it was so easy for me to relate to the Palestinians, and then it became harder but truer for me. And then
Since the war started. No?
yeah, yes, and also something I think also crystallized in myself with my identity in a good way, not in a way that I'm committed to this idea of how I should be, but something deep that, okay, this is my identity, I accept it, I can be in my place, and from this place I can meet them as humans, but I have to own my identity as Jewish living in Israel. Yeah.
I think you're leading me to maybe one thing I'd like to address around power.
Yeah.
And what have you learned in your own identities about the power that's in the room, that's on this land?
I would say it's a very difficult thing for me to really look at it, because in some ways in my personal life I feel powerless, and then seeing the Palestinians in their own suffering, in their own powerlessness, sometimes I don't have, like, it's too hard to really open your eyes to see that. But I think I acknowledge I see how the systems we are living in.
What, just one second.
Yeah.
Hey guys, can you just keep it down? We're interviewing. Thank you, sorry.
So
Can you start back over just there?
yeah. So when I'm looking at these power dynamics and I'm really letting my eyes open to really what's happening, I understand that on the national systemic level there's a huge difference, and actually today it was very meaningful for me when I really put myself in I don't want to state another name, one of the Palestinians men's place, and
his experience.
his experience, and I understood, like, I think I would be way more disempowered in his place, like, and then I like, okay, like, yeah, it's I cannot, I have to take this into consideration, like I can, like, and it's not that suffering is something you can compare. You cannot compare suffering, but if you want to have place for the other, you need to take into considerations like that. This is like a lot of stuff. So, yeah,
Thanks, Gil.
yeah.
For me, I don't know if it's related to the question, but first I want to say about like the impact that also, like, I walk with different lenses in the world, like
Impact of the program.
yes, the
Yes.
impact, like I live near the Kav HaYarok, near like the border, so it was really transparent to me, like I wouldn't look at it, like I was like
The border of what? Just for you, so you can be
The
specific.
West Bank.
not now I'm
It's okay.
this
Have you
area.
eaten Kalkilia?
Ken
This-
Kalkilia, yes, Kalkilia, the border of with Kalkilia. Now they also changed the highway, so it's much clearer. Like, but
What is Kalkilia? Just for
it's
I think
an Arab
it's a
village.
West, we can say it's a West Bank, right? Like
I
it's
wonder,
Palestinian
yeah,
territories.
yeah.
Okay.
And like sometimes they would work like very close, but they need to, like, I don't know, drive somewhere like ridiculous to come to like this. And it was like really transparent to me. It was like they did not exist. It was just some disturbance. Like this, what I would do, and I guess and suddenly I saw it. You know, it's like it's where my parents live. You know. So that's one thing I want to say. And about the power, I think that being in this program can, like, I think the first thing about power, if you are willing to look at it, when it's like there are like differences and like you're in advantage and someone, it's usually filled with guilt. And the guilt is blocking you to see what's happening. So I think it cleared a lot of guilt for me, and just to see it, to acknowledge the pain, because the guilt won't allow you. Then you're in your own pain of guilt, and that so I cleared a lot of guilt, so I could see the pain of this and feel sorrow for what is happening. Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you, like, really, I think this model with foreigners visiting us, it was, you know, I arrived late for this model. I arrived on the second day, and the moment I entered, I was entering in the middle of the session, and there were a lot of difficult energy in the room, but in the middle, like, I just entered, and I felt so much love, and I felt I'm at home in a deep way, and also, and I looked at the strange people. I don't know where they come from, who are they, but they greet me, and like I was, oh, this is so natural. Like what's happening? It's so natural, and really. Now after we had 3 full days, and it's just broadened, everything got broadened, wider, like the perspective and the ability to contain it was just really like a great experience. And also thinking about possibilities of doing this work in the world, and you know, because this place, Israel Palestine, is so tense, so small, and so filled with the trauma of this conflict, and also before that. So it's really like the world is maybe is a big place. It was very nice to feel that. Thank you.
That we are part of a web,
Yeah.
of the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I want to end by saying and sharing that this group you're one of the most courageous group of individuals that I've ever met in my entire life. And I have been so deeply changed by you. I don't feel like the same human. I feel my capacity to meet pain and love has grown so deeply. I've been so impacted by you.
Thank you. We said it wouldn't be 30
Yeah.
minutes.
So it
but
was almost